Hi, my name is Kathy Fosno and this is Kat's Creative Corner. Welcome to Tuesday's card. And yes, I know this is not Tuesday again, but this is probably going to be the way of it this month. This month and next month I really have a lot of activities going on, so I'm going to do my very best to get you a card video out or a project video and a tip video each week, but please just be patient. It may not be on the day we normally expect it. So anyway, this is my project for today. It's a little pineapple. I already made a whole video, and called it a pumpkin every time. So it is not a pumpkin, it is a pineapple, and I got it right this time. So this is made from our Curvy Keepsake box die, and I just think it's adorable. So I'm going to make one for you. First, we're going to take a piece of Daffodil Delight paper, and we're going to put it in our Big Shot. We're going to be using our magnetic platform, and then we have an acrylic paint plate. And yes, they do look like this after they're used a while. I am just about due to buy a new one. They do get pretty damaged after a while, but that's just because they're doing their job of cutting. So I'm going to put the other acrylic paint over that. Make sure they're even. Okay, and I'm going to run it through the Big Shot, and then I like to run it back through just for good measure. Okay, and set that aside because I already have the second one done. When you make the Curvy Keepsake box, you have to make two, so you have to run it through twice. And I have already done that. Okay, so we're going to take our pineapple stamp. Remember I told you I was going to make something with this pineapple stamp? Well, here it is. I just saw this and it was so cute. The person that I saw this from was Terry Takasig, I think is how it's pronounced, Takasig, and it was on I'm on a Facebook website or Facebook page that I really enjoy for stamping up demonstrators, and this was on that, and I just really appreciate the information from her because this is just so cute. I'm using Delightful Dijon ink, and now you're going to take and stamp your pineapple on each section. Get it inked up, and then stamp it right in the middle of each little tab. Okay, now we're going to take our stamping scrub and clean our stamp. And I will spray it with spraying mist. And this cleans your stamp and also conditions your stamp. So we have that ready for our next step. Okay, now we're going to take our bone folder and we're going to take and crease and use our bone folder to make the crease really tight on the bottom of each of the tabs. There's a I don't know if you can see, but there's a line that was made when we cut it out. So we're going to do that. And then the top has also got a crease right at the top, and we're going to turn those opposite that we turned the other creases. So towards the outside. Okay, now we're going to take our stick and tape. It's the tape that's on kind of like a paper, and it's easy to tear. And we're going to put it on one side in the little square. And the reason you're using this kind of tape is it's just a lot more strong than the snail adhesive, which is my go-to tape of choice. But this works for things that are going to be used open, shut, wear and tear. We're going to take the other half and attach it, making sure we don't get on the lines that we just creased, and making sure we have the slats opposite of each other and the little, I don't know, tabs on the top. Need to shut this. Need to remember to shut your ink or you'll have ink all over your project and all over yourself. The other day I was somewhere, I can't remember where, and I looked down and my whole elbow had ink on it. So you have to be careful of those things. Now you're also going to take, and I should have done this before I attached it together, and we're just going to kind of rub each side towards the center of the center of this. You want it facing that way to the middle. And we're going to take our two tabs and put them together, and then the slats are going to go right there. And then now is the time to fill it with your goodies. Just fill some little candies in there. Excuse me. And then we're going to stick it. Now we have our whole little pineapple. Now we're going to take and we're going to stamp the top part, the leaves, and this is olive green or old olive paper cardstock, and this is garden green ink, and we're going to run just a little bit down past onto the actual pineapple so that we have, see, I don't know if you can see that, but I went a little bit onto the pineapple so that I have a little place to attach, and I'm going to stamp. And stamp two of them. Everything seems to be in doubles for this stamp. Then I'm going to close my ink, and I'm going to clean my stamp. All right. I don't know if I showed this. This is the stamp we're going to be using. I think I did, but just in case. Okay, now there is no die to cut your leaves out with, so we get to use Stampin' Up's paper snips, which are pretty awesome. But be careful, I did cut the tip of my finger the other day using them. But to save time, I already cut out two leaves so that you don't have to sit here and watch me cut them out. Okay, now on that little extra tab, I'm going to turn that in where the little extra that I stamped is. Okay, just like that. And that's where we're going to tape. Now I'm going to use the tear and tape again. And I'm going to put that on that little tab that I made. And then take that off. And then any little extra tape that's sticking out, just turn it towards the rest of the tape. It doesn't have to stick out. And then we're going to attach it with the leaf close against, but not totally against the tabs. You don't want it to be taped to the tabs. And you don't want it to be taped to the bottom part of your pineapple. You want it to not be, I'm trying to find my scissors. You don't want it to touch that because then you couldn't open it. So I'm going to cut these little tabs just a little bit on that one side. Well, I'll cut the other side so it looks the same. Okay, so now it's attached, and then you do the exact same thing to the other side. I was off camera there, sorry. Okay. You want to get it all attached and then lift it up. And again, put any overhanging tape, push it back. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now, you can still take and very carefully pull top off with your leaves attached. If you do it on either side, but not on the tabs, if you tape it, then you can still get your candy out and then still have your little pineapple to take home as a souvenir of wherever you're going. I'm going to a luau next weekend at a friend's house. Well, I'll get it back together. And I thought this would be fun to take these as little favors. Okay, now to finish it off, just, you know how plants a lot of times will have some little grass or dried leaves around it. I'm going to take a little bit of linen thread, Stampin' Up's linen thread, comes like this, and I'm going to take my Snell adhesive and I'm just going to get a little sticky in the center and put it on one side and then the other, so that it looks a little more authentic or fun or whimsical, whichever way you like to look at it. And your pineapple is completed. I think this is just adorable. Thank you for coming by. I hope you liked this tip. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And also, if you'd like to get complete written directions, they'll be on my website at catscreativecorner.com. And you can also purchase any of these items in my online shop. Thanks for stopping by.